Hey guys, it's Eric and Karina.
Hey, Jack.
And just Eric.
And welcome back to the Late Podcast. The law according to Eric. So Eric doesn't have a name today because Eric doesn't know what the theme is.
That's right. I have no idea what we're talking about.
So I think the theme just kind of came on later when I was doing this, but the theme for today is weird problems in relationships. You know, we had like weird issues or like weird situations, but this is just in relationships.
So this is not situationships.
No, this is relationships.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. All right. The first one. The title of the first one is, Am I the Asshole? My wife wants me to set a budget for sex as part of her stay-at-home mom role.
Budget.
A budget.
Wow. I
You
thought
heard
that
about
was one
right?
of the few free things that you could do.
Nope. Apparently not for her. I, male 33, am the breadwinner in our family of 4. My wife is a stay-at-home mom, and it's a decision that we both agreed on. I take care of everything financially, food, clothes, bills, household needs, etc., etc. The problem is my wife wants me to set a budget for sex, meaning she wants to get money for it as she considers it part of her stay-at-home mom duties. Her absurd and unreasonable suggestion, now demand, has caused a huge fight between us. She said it's her right since she'd work hard all day and take care of the house and the kids, and then she has to stay up at night so we can have sex together, and it's exhausting for her and time-consuming, as she put it. I felt extremely upset and disappointed in her behavior, but she says it's in her right and that I'm being selfish to see it. I'm being too selfish to see it. She keeps demanding it, but I have refused. Am I the asshole here?
I don't even know what to say. Like, your wife actually wants to be a prostitute.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it sounds so demeaning, and for like a woman to ask that,
I can't
pay me
even
for sex.
imagine.
That's so demeaning. I've never heard of this.
No part of my brain can even like comprehend or understand.
No, exactly. It was such a weird issue to me. I've never heard of this. I've never actually heard of a woman be like, you know what, you want me to have sex with you? You're going to have to pay me for that because it's part of my obligation.
It's so romantic.
Right? And they said romance is dead.
Seriously, honestly, I'm mortified. So many questions.
Uh-huh.
First, how much fucking endurance does this guy have?
Yeah, it's going for like hours.
I'm saying because, and I don't think I'm like disclosing any like government secrets here. I think most men go about 8 or 9 minutes. I mean, generally, that's about it.
Well, it's tiring for her.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Exhausting.
Now, I suppose if she's the one, doing most of the work,
yeah,
it could be.
right.
But I mean, again, unless this guy is like, takes him forever, I don't know how exhausting this really could be. Number one. Number two, and I hate to point out the obvious, but this Lucinda had better be fucking model material. Because if I'm at a point where I'm going to start paying for it, then I'm going to get whatever I want. I'm not, I'm sorry. Okay.
I mean, she's basically making herself out to be like a stay-at-home prostitute. Like,
no, let me give you a more practical example. If my ex or my current or whatever says to me, yo, Eric, if you want me to make dinner, you're going to have to buy it. You're going to have to pay me to do that work. Okay. That's not my wifely duty. I'm going out of my way. You like to eat certain things. Okay.
right.
So, and this is legit. I would look at wife Lucinda, whatever. I'd be like, you know what? If that's the case, you can find me over at Larson's or whatever. Because if I'm going to pay for my dinner, I'm going to eat whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Okay. Sex is no different. If I'm paying for pussy, I'm going to get the pussy I want.
Maybe it's just some next level sex.
No, it's not. No, you could tell by the way she's acting. This is her way.
Know.
This is her way of letting him know nicely she doesn't want to do it.
Well, clearly.
I'm just like, yeah.
Either that, okay, or playing devil's advocate. What if she doesn't have spending money because she doesn't have a job, and this is her way of trying to get spending money?
This is like her only way of getting
like
money.
just seeing it from the other side. Like, she is a stay-at-home mom. She doesn't have a job, and he's like, I pay for everything. Like, that's there. What if she just wants spending money? Like, what if he doesn't give her spending money?
Yeah, then I think it would be easy enough to say, listen, Billy, why don't you do me a favor and cut me off, this much per week so I can do my nails or do whatever.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot better ways to do this. But let me just tell you, okay? I don't know about everybody else. Look, I would be appalled by this, but I know some people would be like, great, I'm down, you know? And especially, I would expect some kind of like friends and family discount on this. Like,
Right.
I shouldn't have to pay market rate, for pussy. Should be like whatever the going rate is for a 30-something-year-old mother of two. I'm just saying, look, in some ways,
Right.
right, yeah, definitely a sliding scale. Look, in some ways, this oversimplifies and actually less complicates the issue.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to say it like this, but if this were an obligation that you had to do, just like showing up for work
Right.
or paying the mortgage, it would be more regular.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be passionate, it may just be like, just hurry up and get it over with.
Right.
But I'm betting it's like that now.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
at this point, all you're going to do is just get it more frequently. It's probably not going to be better. It's probably not going to be more passionate. Right. It's probably not going to be deeper, more romantic, whatever. No. But if you want guaranteed sex for, once, twice a week.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever.
He could pay for it and, just get how many days he actually wants.
Whatever. I'm just saying, throw the bitch a 50. Right.
I don't know what she's charging.
Right. That's
no. That's a different. Hey, no more than $50 a pop.
Oh my God.
This is a married woman with two kids at home, staying home. No, $50 a pop. Basically, I would give her.
Prostitutes also have kids.
That's different. No, I don't know. I wouldn't know. But let me just tell you, I would offer her the same that the fucking sperm bank would pay me for every toss, $50 a toss. Uh-huh. That's it. Here you go, Lucinda. Here's 150. I'll take it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or Monday, Wednesday, Saturday night, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, having said all that, I
was just gonna say, if he's getting paid, he's gonna expect a lot.
Yeah, that too.
As he should. Right? It's her job now.
If she's taking on the job. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, if she's taking it as a job,
there is nothing I would like more than to be in this guy's situation and be like, yo, it's time for your quarterly performance review. Right? And just start laying out.
Like, make
needs improvement, right?
Make a PowerPoint.
Satisfactory, needs improvement, right? Below average, above par.
Exactly.
Look,
yeah, that would actually be hilarious.
All right. Well, let me just bring this back down.
Okay.
I am awarding Billy 0 dingleberries.
Okay.
I don't think he's the asshole because he's not the one that came up with this.
No. Yeah.
Now, actually, okay. So 0 dingleberries. Now, I am going to give him a 4 on the Feldman scale for even going to Reddit and basically putting this out there. Buddy, you have to realize what you're writing. You're literally writing, my wife wants me to now pay her for the privilege of having sex with her, no doubt, fat, beat up, child-ridden body.
Why does it have to be?
Because she sounds like a cunt.
We don't know that.
We know. Okay? We know she's probably a sloppy stank, whatever.
Don't know
I'm telling you, you could tell this poor fucking guy. Okay? All he wants to do is get a little bit of stank on his hang low every once in a while. Okay? And now he's being put to this ultimatum where he's going to have to start paying for it. Now, there's only one, and I hate to say this, but there's only one sort of quasi-justification in my head. Mm-hmm. And that would be, for example, if this is like a Persian or Indian family where the husbands are so cheap, they don't give their wives spending money.
Yeah.
Okay, did I ever tell you the story about the real-life client with the fucking app?
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
I'm going to repeat it for our now almost 9,000, how many? 600, whatever? Pretty close.
Around there, 9. Yeah.
Right? Okay. I had a client, it wasn't a client, it was like a potential client, referred by a friend of mine. And he was basically telling me that there's some kids in his neighborhood that are riding their bikes over his lawn and they're vandalizing and causing damage. It was kind of a petty issue, but because it was referred by a friend, it's like I had to give the guy the time of day. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so he actually took a cell phone video of these kids riding their bikes on his lawn, and he wanted me to see the video. So he hands me his phone, and I start playing the video, and all of a sudden I get like this, there's like an alert. Bing, and it's from Chase, right? $3.95 spent at Altadena Market. Yep. So I asked him, like, what is this? And the Persian guy, he tells me, I'm not joking either. He says, I get notified every time my wife uses the debit card to buy something. Mm-hmm. And because I need to see what she's spending money on. And sometimes she overspends. So I stopped for a second. I'm like, so you mean to tell me that you're going to call your wife and be like, yo, return that half gallon because you could get it over at fucking Ralph's for 50 cents less. And what kind of sickness is this?
We should get that app for some of our clients. Maybe we can get notified when they go and spend it on some shit.
Yeah, instead of paying their legal bill. It's a good question
That
too.
would make more sense than make.
But
Exactly.
but my point is that there's like, if it's something like that, right? Okay, so putting it 4 on the Feldman scale, you know, and again, maybe the only justification is if he really gives like no money, like he buys the necessities. There are people that are super controlling.
Yes.
And the fact that he's writing this and not her, so we don't know if he may be like that and not even realize it.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I brought up, like, you know, playing devil's advocate. Like, what if she just doesn't have any money? That's why I was kind of saying that too. You didn't give her dingleberries.
Oh, I'm gonna give her 4.25 dingleberries for raising this issue and being serious about it.
Okay.
That's a pretty douchey thing to put to your husband. Just justified or not justified, it's pretty fucked up.
Okay.
I'm giving her a 1 on the Feldman scale. You have to have like no shame left at all.
Yeah.
No, look, the only reason I didn't give her a 0 is maybe she's desperate because she gets no spending money. Like maybe the husband's that controlling. Because again, he wrote this, not her. And he wouldn't put that, likely he's not likely to admit that.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's all I can think of, like, otherwise.
I'd give her 2.5 just because we don't know her side of the story. And we don't know how she got to this conclusion that this was the only way that she could get money out. Because I'm sure she could have been like, I can get paid for cleaning the house and, you know, technically, or anything like that. So I just feel like the fact that she had to go to this and be like, I should get paid for this, there's more to the story. And I don't know. I just feel like maybe he does control her spending or doesn't give her money. So I'm going to give her 2.5 just because as a woman, you shouldn't do this. And you shouldn't basically prostitute yourself out for that, even if it's to your own husband, because that's what it sounds like.
You know what this is almost like?
God. What is it almost like, Eric?
This would almost be like if you had a cringy sister-in-law that somehow offered to trade favors for you to like watch her kids and fill her up with wine. It would almost be like that. That didn't happen. But it could almost be like that.
Almost.
If that happened. It didn't. I'm just saying it didn't happen. Don't worry. Sorry. But I'm just saying.
You were saying.
Oh God, what was they saying? Well, it's interesting that she has to be paid for sex. So nothing else.
That's what I'm
just
saying.
Sex.
Yeah.
So she probably, I'm thinking she probably really doesn't like sex.
That too.
Because she didn't ask money for cleaning or taking care of anything else.
Exactly.
Or cooking.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, there's more to the story.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, I'm sorry. I just need to point out at the end of every segment, hashtag fuck Kanye.
Okay.
Every segment. I want that to go viral. Hashtag fuck Kanye. I'm going to do, at the end of the episode, I'm going to get into a rant about that, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to save it.
Okay.
Okay. Hashtag fuck Kanye. All right. Next one.
Well, his persona that goes crazy is Ye. Not
whatever.
Kanye.
It's all the same shit.
No, because he yelled at not yelled, but he like tweeted back at someone that called him Kanye. He was like, "My name's Ye, you stupid bitch."
Yeah. You can yay these nuts.
Okay. Next one. Okay. Am I the asshole for pouring my boyfriend's raw milk down the drain because I found out that it's dangerous? So, I recently found out that my boyfriend has been buying and drinking raw, unpasteurized milk. He grew up on a farm and apparently his family has always drank it straight from the cow, and he's been doing the same ever since we moved in together. At first, I didn't think much of it. Being a vegan, I just never drank it myself. But I started doing some research after I saw the label on it that literally said, not for human consumption. Apparently, raw milk can carry harmful bacteria and salmonella, like salmonella, E. coli, and listeria. I freaked out when I read that, so I didn't want him to get sick or expose me to something dangerous. So, when I saw a fresh bottle of raw milk in our fridge yesterday, I panicked and poured the entire bottle down the drain. I thought it was the safest thing to do. When my boyfriend got home, he immediately noticed and was pissed. He said he spent a lot of money on that milk and that he's been drinking it for years without a problem. He accused me of not trusting him and said I had no right to throw away something he enjoys just because I disagree with it. I tried to explain that I was just concerned for his health and ours, but he said I was being a control freak. Now he's barely talking to me and I feel like there's a huge distance between us. Am I the asshole for pouring out the milk? I really thought I was doing the right thing. But am I the asshole?
Well, I think you were worried about him, I understand. But if he's been doing this for a long time, I guess why now? And why not talk to him about it?
Yeah, that's the point where I was like, you could have talked to him about it. You could have, been like, hey, like, I don't think that's safe. Like at least say it, not just panic and throw the whole fucking milk bottle down the drain.
Yeah, you shouldn't just throw away something that, unless it's like gotta kill them or something. But
I forgot if it was brought up. Are they married or are they just boyfriend, girlfriend?
Boyfriend, girlfriend.
Okay. Because it's different when they're married.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because within a certain point of marriage, usually it's after like the first 4 years or whatever, women develop this "my husband is happy" radar. And when they know that there's something that they want or enjoy, they find ways to ruin it or dispose of it so that we don't get it.
Right.
True story. I had a fucking pillow that I loved.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then, yes, this pillow. Okay. So our IT guy,
Yes.
Dave Cheeseburger Martinez,
Yes.
years ago had a job, kind of like an IT job, at a retail place called Parker and Morgan.
Okay.
And they're long out of business now. But when they first launched,
Mm-hmm.
if I remember, they made these very high-end custom home products.
Right.
Like this was before it was like the memory foam slippers.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
They had this goose down feather pillow that I got I bought it using his discount.
Mm-hmm.
It was fucking awesome.
It was all feathers inside?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Goose.
I don't know if mine was goose, but I had one like that too, and I wore it down. My mother threw it away. I was so upset.
Okay, so my ex-wife threw mine away because it started to get kind of dirty because I, sweat in the summer. It goes through whatever. To this day, I've never been able to find a pillow to replace it that was as comfortable.
I get you. I had the same thing.
So that's what I mean. Well, but yours is different because I was your mom. But this is what wives do: is they get a sense of the things that their husbands love,
Mm-hmm.
and they find ways to take them away.
Mm-hmm.
No different than this raw fucking milk that fucking Billy Goober farmer has been drinking his whole fucking life. I wouldn't be surprised when he was a kid. He just went right under the cow.
You might, honestly.
But you know what? But the thing is this. Yes, the practical answer is Lucinda should have given him a text or a call like, yo, you sure you should be drinking this? I read some stuff. And worst case, like, look, wait till I get home. I'll explain, whatever. The only reason, and I'm going to rate her 2 dingleberries. The only reason I'm not giving her more is because without knowing all the facts and taking her at her word, it seems like she was at least legitimately concerned for his health and well-being.
Mm-hmm.
So at least her motivation wasn't vindictive.
Mm-hmm.
In 5 years from now, once they're married, assuming they do, that will be the reason she does stuff like that. Is just to, take away things he loves.
Uh-huh.
But until that time, now I feel like the motivation was pure.
Right.
So I'm only going to give her 2 dingleberries for that. As far as the Feldman scale, I'm going to give her a 7.
Okay.
I don't think it's the most shameless thing in the world, especially because if her motivation was his health.
It gave him a good place at the end of the day.
Yeah, and it was meant like at least out of concern. It would be way different if they had an argument. And he's like, "Oh, he's got that chocolate milk he loves. But watch this."
Yeah,
right.
Exactly,
That'd be a little different.
Exactly.
That's pretty shameless when you got to like take revenge at that petty of a level.
Mm-hmm.
That just doesn't seem like what happened here.
Mm-hmm.
So, for those reasons, 7 on the Feldman, 2 dingleberries. That's it. And buddy, take this as a foreshadow of what your life is going to be like. Oh, and by the way, as just a very practical matter, just keep shit in your work fridge, or whatever, like stuff you don't want to have thrown away at home.
Though, I've never met someone who fucking drinks unpasteurized milk. I have not.
Yeah, some people are very into raw food. I don't get it.
I don't even like milk that is pasteurized.
Yeah, why would you want all that bacteria?
Exactly. So for drinking unpasteurized milk and drinking from the bottle that says not for human consumption, I'm gonna give him at least a 5 on the Feldman scale because he doesn't care. Like that's kind of shameless on him. I feel like just for doing that. So,
but he's a grown up. He's a grown man. So if it were going to go to like a kid or a pregnant woman, then absolutely get rid of it. It's not going to cause serious harm.
Yeah.
But being that he's a grown, consenting adult, then you probably should talk about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he's just going to go out and get more, and he's just going to be angry at you.
Exactly. All right, next one.
Yeah.
Okay. I, 29 female, and my long-term partner, 29 male. She found out. Sorry, my bad. Is creating AI porn with unsuspecting women he knows in real life. I'm trying to understand if most men are doing this or not. That's just the title.
Sorry, PSA. Please learn how to write.
I know.
Right. This title could have been 4 fucking words. But okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
I found out that my 29 male boyfriend of 8 years is creating AI porn with women he knew from college, his coworkers, etc. I feel betrayed, humiliated, and disgusted. I can't believe that he thinks his own pleasure is so important that he can violate the safety of unsuspecting women who are not consenting to this. Also, it feels pretty illegal, or at least it should be, right? I'm trying to figure this out. Is this something that most men are doing now? Do I just have to accept that this is what porn is now? I'm aware that I should walk away if it's something I'm not okay with. But what I'm really trying to figure out is if most men are doing this. I'd really appreciate honest input across genders. Thanks.
Oh God, that's so disturbing.
Yeah.
That's really disturbing.
Yeah.
Is this a common practice? Like, or is this some fringe, like,
I think
crazy person?
I think he just might be a crazy person.
Huh.
Wow.
If I was her, I would leave.
Oh, I would definitely.
I would leave.
Definitely.
This is illegal, right? Or no?
You're probably not going to like this.
It's not illegal, isn't it?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And in fact, hold on, I'm going to give you the history of this too,
Mm-hmm.
from a legal standpoint. Now, so let me preface it by saying, "Hey, hurricane, that was real deaf."
Uh-huh.
Now I'm going to get real for a second. About 15 years ago, I don't remember the site, but there was a case, ultimately a criminal case, decided here in the Ninth Circuit, which basically overturned a child pornography conviction because the alleged defendant or the criminal, alleged criminal, had essentially used fake images to create his own version of like kiddie porn.
Okay.
But they weren't real kids.
Okay.
They were AI generated or they were photoshopped images or whatever, but no actual child was involved in this case, involved in the making of those images.
Mm-hmm.
And the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals essentially overturned a jury conviction by saying there was no actual victim.
Okay.
Okay. Now, there's a little bit of a difference here, and I'll explain what it is.
Mm-hmm.
In the fake child porn case, the images were computer generated.
Right.
So you couldn't argue that these were real kids, and that even if you superimpose their face on something else, it could still get out there. It could be conceived as being real. It's their actual likeness. These were all computer generated imagery.
Right.
Okay. This is a little bit different in that you're using actual images, but you're manipulating them in such a way, right? But that's not illegal unless, and here's where the caveat is. Mm-hmm. If he's doing this in his own house, he's not putting it out on the internet.
Right.
He's not selling it for content, doing anything like that. It's not illegal, especially if the images are public.
Right.
So, for example, if he goes to a Facebook page from a former friend from college or high school or whatever, and downloads his images and then fucks with them, you can do that.
Yeah.
When somebody puts their image on a public platform, they have no expectation of privacy.
Right.
At that point, it's not the same as if I take personal photos on my phone and I upload it to my iCloud or whatever, and it gets hacked. Right. I mean, I have an expectation of privacy, that kind of thing. Okay. This is a little different. Right. So and again, there's not enough information, and I'm going to answer her question. No, I don't think most men do this.
I don't either, but we needed the mail.
but it raises an actual interesting topic point in that, is this actually illegal? Right. And the answer is no. That also means there's no civil damages unless, again, the guy puts it out there, earns money off of it. Somehow this causes them to lose a job, right? There's all right. But if, I hate to say it, but if this guy's just, flogging the bishop at home while, because he likes pictures of his ex-college girlfriend, in positions he never got her in. Okay. It's not normal. Like, I think there's probably some kind of underlying issue. Yeah. But it's not illegal. It's not illegal.
Yeah. What would Eric do in this situation if he was a girl?
If I was a girl, I don't know. It's hard to, it's impossible to answer. I'll tell you, look, I think anybody would be really grossed out by that, especially if this is someone that they had no attraction to, that's really kind of weird and gross. In some ways, it may even be worse if this was an ex and they broke up and he's like hanging on this way. That becomes like more obsessive to me, almost like stalkerish. Right. If they had no relationship at all, if he was just like an admirer from afar and did this and they never heard of it or found out about it, where's the damages? What's the harm? I mean, other than it's happening.
Yeah.
Right? Now, this might ruin his own relationship with whatever Lucinda he's dating today.
Well, that's who wrote it.
No, I know. I'm saying, in other words, that could be a viable repercussion.
Yeah.
Nothing illegal about it.
Yeah.
At least based on the way this is written.
I hope she leaves him, though. They've been dating for 8 years. Fucking leave them.
Yeah, I don't know what Eric would do, but Jennifer would get the fuck out.
No, that's a different look.
Yeah.
It's a different issue. Again, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
It's really weird and it's gross.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of thing where, like, you know, like I can only imagine, like, you know what it would almost be like?
What it would
Like, I wonder, like, it's almost like if my non-cringy sister-in-law found AI images of my brother's sister-in-law and him, like in weird compromising positions.
That would be weird.
Like during their quote wine time, but you know, wine means like, you know, blowjob time or whatever.
Oh my God.
Right? No, I'm just saying like that, if that were to happen, I can only imagine what her reaction would be.
Exactly. Yeah.
And again, it's also, I can picture what a guy would say. And a guy would be, you know, the argument would be like, yo, these aren't real. Right? It's no different than if I go to like the hub, which logically is true. What's the difference if it's, again, he's just
that you don't know the people on
I'm just saying, no, I know, but I'm saying, in other words, the idea is I'm just, you know, watching these visuals for my own gratification, right? It has nothing to do with you.
Right.
You know, I look, I'm not saying the argument's going to go very far, but I could see where, because what else can you say?
Yeah, exactly.
Other than, look, I've always wanted, you know, Betty from college or whatever. And so,
that's just going to ruin that. Too.
Right. You might as well kick her out.
Exactly.
So, yeah. But interesting. Hang on.
Before Lucinda leaves, she needs to make sure she like gets all of her images off his phone.
Yes.
Everywhere.
You're right.
I would be scrubbing that.
Yes. No, I would too. No trace of me, no photo, nothing. Yes.
God, you know he's gonna get some revenge, like porn with her.
I know. That's so scary though. Oh my God.
It is scary.
Yeah. No, that's weird. Weird. Are we moving on? Or are you going to give dingleberries to this one?
Oh, yeah, I guess I should.
He's worthy some dingleberries.
Yeah, but I mean, who am I giving him to? Because like Lucinda that wrote the post, I'm not giving her
anything wrong.
No.
I'm giving her 0 dingleberries. Because I mean, he didn't write it, so I can't really grade him.
Yeah, you can be great.
We can judge him.
I mean, you can all you
That's
want.
what we do.
Exactly. He's getting 5 dingleberries out of me. That's weird.
I totally agree. If there were more than that, I'd give more than that.
I mean, I'm down. I do think it's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's very gross, and it's certainly, I think, indicative of bigger issues. You know, I also do think that porn addiction is a real thing.
Yeah,
and this may be symptomatic of a bigger problem. I don't have a lot of like personal knowledge or experience, but if it's anything like, you know, like what leads to drug addiction and hard to use, like you start off with smaller things and then you kind of expand. And so maybe he started off on the hub and now that's not enough. And now he's got to get this like more intense, more like realistic in his mind. Maybe he's delusional. Like maybe he really believes at this point that he was with these women. I don't know. Yeah. So many questions. I don't. So, I mean, so yeah, of course, I can't give him less than, actually, I could give him like a double Lizzo or Jelly Roll Dingleberry, but I know women would. I'm just going to give him the 5. I am going to give him a 0 on the Feldman scale.
Definitely, yeah. I think it's a -5.
Yeah, there's all shame is gone from this point.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Next one. Title is, my 29 male girlfriend, 27 female, has a black male folder on her computer. She has one of me too. What should my next move be? So I've been with my girlfriend for about 6 months now, and we've had 0 big issues. We have opposite personalities, and I always try to be chill, and she's more strict and more of a decision maker. She comes from money and works for her family corporation, and she's told me that it changed her brain chemistry because she has to work really hard to be taken seriously because of her age and relation to the business. She's someone that has to have control over every decision and has a way of getting her way, even with something as simple as deciding where to eat. This hasn't bothered me too much until I found out the extent of it. She has a laptop that she guards with her life. I don't know why, but the other night when she got up to pee, she didn't close it properly, and I just jumped in to snoop while she was in the bathroom. I don't even know what I was looking for, but I found a blackmail folder of everyone from her business partners to friends and family members. She had a folder on her uncle having a gay sexting session, had a folder on some random guy cheating on his wife. I don't even know how she got this stuff. She had screenshots of her friend's old tweets, and I even found a folder on what I think are my initials, but I couldn't open it because she got back. Again, I never had issues with her and I was going to keep dating her, but now I'm genuinely worried. Maybe paranoid. I haven't done anything bad, but what if she took pictures of me without me knowing or something like that? I'd be really embarrassed. I don't know what to do. What would you do here?
Oh, wow. That's one frightening bitch.
I like her. I like her.
Oh, my God.
Oh, she's good.
Is this something that you do?
No, I don't have blackmail folders, but I like her. She thinks ahead. I do. She thinks this is a smart bitch. My props to her. Applause, all of it.
Why? Why does she need to blackmail all these people? It's like everyone in her life was fuck her. It's like she needs to guard herself again.
I think this is like a psychological issue. It sounds like it. Like she's like, I've been done wrong before or something. So now just in case someone does me wrong, like I'm protected on all, sides of it.
I can see like, a couple people who
everyone
maybe have bad intentions, but everyone.
And how is she getting this? Like that's like I am a serial stalker. I'm good at finding shit out. How did she get the gay sexting session with her uncle?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
Like,
like hacking into everyone's computer.
I have no idea, but I think she's a genius. This is an icon. I need her. She needs to give me a call. If you hear this, reach out to me.
Should I be scared, Karina?
No.
Hear it off of her.
If I could find this much stuff on people, I promise you I would. Because that's crazy. Like, I think she's really good at this. I don't know. But I get his point because if I saw this, I think I would be afraid too. Like, if I saw that my partner had, blackmail folders on everyone, I'd at least see, but can he even bring it up?
That's the thing.
Like,
he's fucked because then she'll know that
he went through the file.
Exactly. And then she'll use
whatever. Exactly. So I'm like, is she exactly like he can't go against her because if she finds out and she gets mad, potentially whatever's in that file can get leaked.
He's not a good place.
But I don't think my last comment, I don't think that he can stay in this relationship because he has lost all trust for her right now. And he doesn't feel comfortable in this relationship. And I mean, I don't blame him. I wouldn't either. He can't bring this up without the bitch going crazy and maybe even blackmailing him. But at the end of the day, I don't even know if he can break up with her without her posting what she has on him too.
So either way, he should be scared.
Yeah.
Very scared.
Thoughts?
Yeah, I think you both missed the biggest issue here and the best opportunity possible.
What?
Now he's got all the dish on her.
You know what? You're right.
All he's got to do is like, yo, Lucinda, from now on, I want fucking steak Fridays. I want sex 4 nights a week. And if not, I'm going to let all these people know that you've been gathering shit on them. And now they've all got shit on you for doing it.
Oh, that's an act of war.
No, what else are you going to do?
She's already a vengeful
She's already
bitch.
crazy.
Like,
Okay, but...
You're going to start war with her?
So, okay, hey, sometimes you got to fight crazy with crazy.
Though, I don't know if this is, she's on some Putin shit.
I don't care what she's on.
I don't think we should fight her.
I would take
this
pictures.
This is some King Jong-un shit.
Okay, I might file it away. I might file it away for later, but I would take pictures and keep evidence and records of all the shit she's gathered about everybody else.
Yeah.
At that point, I would start to bide my time because I know that she's fucking nuts or vindictive or all of the above. But at the end of the day, worst case, keep it so that if you do fuck up,
yeah,
and she's like about to put you on blast, like, yo, Lucinda, before you do that, I'm going to let all these other people know what you've been doing to them. And they're going to put you on blast for being that kind of person. So.
I don't think she'd care, but yeah. But I get what you're saying. I just don't think she'd give a fuck.
I don't know.
Yeah. What do you think you should stay in the relationship, though? Would you stay in the relationship?
I think the only question is how much longer would I stay in it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think long term I could, because you're right. There's no way I could ever trust someone, especially if they're doing this to people that she knows, know, and that are coworkers or supposedly friends.
Yeah. Well, shit, her friends and family's in there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the uncle.
Can you imagine like doing that to your mom?
No, no. That's what I'm saying. I couldn't. Right. But let me be honest. I mean, all jokes aside, I would have to plan my exit very carefully.
Yeah.
And I would also, the next time I had free time alone, I would go back to that dossier and I would make sure there's nothing in there about me.
Yeah.
I'm
he
serious.
Wasn't sure if that foil was his or not.
That's why I'm saying. And then I would destroy whatever potential evidence was about me, and then I would kick that bitch to the curb.
Yeah.
I'd hit it one more time.
Oh, okay.
So, and then
Uh-huh.
actually, that's the best. Like hit it, and then right after, like, yo, I got your suitcase packed in the closet. So just get dressed. You can shower at the YMCA or whatever. You got to go.
And while your plan sounds great, you don't think a bitch this crazy remembers exactly what she had on him?
So what?
Well, she's probably got backup.
Backup.
Well, you know what? If she does, okay,
man.
then there's no way anyway. So
Yeah.
worst case, so at least you have the information on everybody else. Warn everybody else.
Yeah.
I would turn it all on her. Or I hate to say this, but if it got really bad and she had stuff on me and backup, especially things that may be more private but not illegal, like sexual habits or things like that, I'd probably file a police report.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah.
You know, and seek some kind of protective order.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that is kind of, I mean, that's a little bizarre. Like, it's one thing to like file stuff away. Like, okay, bitch, I know what you did, and there might be a day where I gotta pull this out of my pocket.
No, I like her.
But yeah, that doesn't. I know it doesn't shock me, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're a little too in awe.
I am. She's an icon. Hit me up if you hear this. All right, next one. You okay? Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm getting these text messages from my ex. Pain in the ass. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay, next one. I, 26 male, lost the trust of my fiance, 25 female, after she confessed to me something really shocking to me in bed. How do I move forward from this? So, it's the morning hours where I'm from. I woke up to some quality time, sex, with my fiance before we start our day. After everything we had come to an end, we laid down cuddling, and one thing led to another. And she was telling me something along the lines of, if I ever left, she would make sure the other woman had to work really hard to keep me. Something along the lines of breaking my manhood, which was unusual and funny. But I guess when the sex is that, he can't write. But when it's like that, it tends to get a little crazy. So I don't know how the conversation came up. But then she said, I have a confession to make. And I'm like, okay. I had a smile on my face. And that's when she said to me, and I quote, we had a fight, non-physical. It was to the point that I was so frustrated that when I went to make your dinner, I snuck something into your tea that made you go to sleep. And I was watching you fight your sleep, your eyes red. And when you did actually go to sleep, I sat down and watched you as I contemplated what to do about us. And so many thoughts were going through my mind while I watched you sleep for a few hours. And I eventually got tired and just went to bed. End quote. The fear in my eyes were real as I listened to my fiance admitting to being a fucking psychopath and to drugging me while she contemplated on a way forward. I know for a fact I don't trust this woman anymore. And now I'm even more scared to sleep with her or to eat from her at all because we had one argument over her not doing what's right. We haven't spoken for the entire day after that confession, even after she's made several attempts to talk. I'm afraid to even go to my friends, knowing they'll just laugh and probably say it's nothing and tell me to relax. What would you do here?
She drugged him?
She fucking drugged him.
Do we know what she drugged him with?
Something
Honestly,
that made him go to sleep.
No, but there could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
I was going to ask. So, for example, if she put, 5 droplets of tincture,
Right.
THC, it did nothing except give him a good night's sleep.
Right.
If the bitch ground up, Benadryl and put it into his applesauce or whatever, that could be a little different.
Something went into his teeth.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, if she dumped a bunch of propofol,
Yeah.
right? I mean, so yes, it does absolutely depend. Number
on what
one,
it was exactly.
the rest of it though is very odd and disturbing behavior
From her? Yeah.
anyway. Yeah, like no matter what, like okay, and it's hard to find like a positive good spin on this, but I mean, if someone were to like spike my dinner or my after dinner coffee or dessert or something with a depressant or something that's going to basically
Right.
like knock me out. When I came to, I don't know about everybody else, but I believe I can tell
Right.
when I've been artificially put to sleep.
Right,
Like I
right.
know you wake up, you feel different. There's a degree of grogginess.
Well, I think that's why she woke him up with sex.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Well, what would you do? Would you stay?
Wow, you're thinking about it.
Well, it also, again, it really depends what she gave me. I mean, I hate to
Fuck
say it
what
like
she
that.
gave you. The bitch is content talking about some. I watched you as you fought your sleep and your eyes got more red, and I watched you fight the sleep, and I finally saw you go to sleep. And I sat there and I contemplated what to do next. What the fuck do you mean what to do next? You were going to kill me next? Like, what does she mean by that?
No sex is so good that you should, be afraid for your life every time you go to sleep.
Or eat.
Yeah, or eat. Yeah.
No, this bitch is crazy. This bitch is crazy. She enjoyed watching him fight for his sleep.
Yeah,
I
can't believe you're even thinking about
No,
that.
I just can't help but think there's got to be something else to it. Like maybe this is a weird sort of fetish she has, or maybe they've played like Sleeping Beauty in the past or something. Honestly, I don't know. Bite the apple and fall asleep, and I'll come like try to wake you up, baby. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
People have all sorts of fucked up fetishes. No, I'm serious. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, it sounds weird.
Yeah.
But one thing that we've learned, if nothing else, in 120 almost episodes or almost 120, whatever it is people always write trying to convince you they're correct.
Right.
So their style of writing is always skewed.
Right.
And there's some sick fucking people out there.
Yes.
Okay. Let's not forget the guy that fucked a coconut.
That's
okay. I'm just saying.
Never forget that.
I mean, there are some, and never cleaned the fucking thing out. Right. And used it multiple times. Okay.
Oh.
Yes.
I had got it out of my head.
No.
Oh my God. I had forgot about that story.
So, but my point is, there are people that are just into weird shit.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe this is just one of her things.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe she's a sleepwatcher. I don't know. Whatever.
Maybe.
But if she's also a sunshine.
That's what he made it sound like.
Then chances are, if he's like every other red-blooded male, he's going to put up with it until she does something violent.
Until she kills him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Until one day she puts him to sleep and he just doesn't wake up.
This is why men don't live as long as women.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Because women are crazy? Because that's,
Okay, next. The title is, My partner, 28 male, whispered, I hate you, when he thought I, 37 male, was asleep. Do you think he meant it? Me, 37 male, and my partner, 28 male, have been together for 7 years. We've had arguments in the past and almost broke up more than once. The arguments have calmed down and gotten less frequent over the years. We had an argument today while making dinner. I put the dry pasta in the pot before putting the boiling water from the kettle, and he got really angry about this. I was supposed to heat up the water in the pot and then put the pasta in. He stopped talking to me for the rest of the evening. He went into a different room and I went to bed. At around 2 a.m., he came into my room. He thought I was sleeping and he whispered, I hate you. And he walked back out. I tried to talk to him around 2:30 a.m., but he's not responding to me at all, just sitting on his iPad. He may be calmed down tomorrow. He also came in at 4 a.m. to check on me, but that I couldn't sleep. But I wasn't moving. He thought I was asleep again. He whispered, you're a dick. And then again at 5 a.m., he came in and said, you should die. What are your thoughts on this?
Really? You're asking my thoughts?
Yeah, he wants to know what your thoughts are.
Okay, first of all, why was the pasta such a big thing?
He sounds controlling to me. What the fuck? Why are you so mad?
He was the one who was giving her a ton of shit about the pasta.
Two men.
A guy. Okay.
Yeah, they're gay.
Okay, so he was giving his partner a ton of shit about.
No, so he was making the pasta, but he had put the pasta before the boiling water, and his husband got mad and stopped talking to him completely just because of that. And that's when the whole issue started. Okay. He's like, he hasn't talked to me at all.
So his husband is the psycho controlling one who hates him and wants him to die.
Yes.
Yeah. Are we really going to have a conversation about
He wants to know, do you think he meant it? And
we need to get out of there.
Yeah, he needs to leave this relationship. This man is not happy. Why don't they sleep? That's one, right? Because he came in at 2, 4, and 5 to insult him.
Yeah, that's weird in and of itself.
Yeah, so that lets me know he might actually be a little crazy. But yeah, I think he meant that fully. And I think he should leave him.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. Eric, thoughts?
I'm sorry. I'm getting this text. I'm trying to respond. What's the cliff notes?
His partner basically just hates him, and he come in. Well, I guess one time we know this. He came into the room and like whispered at 2 a.m., I hate you. Then came back in at 4 a.m. and said, you're a dick. Then came back at 5 a.m. and said, you should die. And the guy's like, what do you think this means? Do you think he meant it? Or like what he should do in this relationship? Me and Jen say he should leave because his partner.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if this isn't some weird psychotic break, like it's happening at night when the guy's asleep. Maybe there's like some effect or reaction to something. I don't know. It's so out of the ordinary and so abnormal. I understand they're in a relationship.
Yeah.
So at what point did this start?
Right.
Honestly, that's my first question. Like, you want to tell me there's been no warning signs up to now?
Exactly.
Right? Never before has this been.
Yeah, we don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's very important, number one. Also, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, what's really the harm here? I mean, I know they're words. I'm curious if he's actually tried anything. If I missed it, I apologize. I've been trying to multitask, but
no,
it's just these weird kind of threats and so they don't sleep next to each other.
He sounds very controlling.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. We're not sure on that. He just said that he was in a different room all night that night. Like instead of after he got mad at him about the pasta, he locked himself in the room and he was like, I just didn't see him for the rest of the night. I went to bed, and that's when he kept coming into the room and whispering this stuff to him.
That's odd.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he should leave, though.
Oh, I absolutely think he should.
Yeah. All right, so next one?
Yes.
Okay. My 25 female boyfriend, 27 male of a year has a cat, and the way he treats it bothers me. This one was really funny. I've been dating this guy for a year. Otherwise nice, handsome, funny, and good job. But he has a cat that he's had for years, and I think he's way too attached to it and affectionate about it. If the cat is sitting on his lap, he'll avoid getting up unless he has to, citing the cat's being asleep or in his term, she's catting. He asked me to get him stuff from the kitchen when I get a drink, when he could just move the cat himself. Sometimes he'll even be at the computer, on the couch, or even lying in bed and the cat will jump on him, or he'll come home when I'm already there since I have a key and sometimes get off of work before him, the cat will run to greet him. What bothers me in these situations is more than once he'll go, there's my girl, and stop what he's doing to scratch the cat behind its ears or pet it or whatever. This seems like way too much attention for a grown man to be lavishing on a cat of all things. I've considered suggesting he get rid of it, but he's had it for like 7 years and don't know if he'd give it up. Do I have any options here? Do you guys want to opinionate before the update or after?
Go ahead.
Okay. So everyone in the comments kept giving her shit like, he just likes his cat. Like he's just being nice to his cat. Like you're a weirdo. Yeah. So this is what the new update. She said, yesterday I posted concerns about that I had with the way I thought my boyfriend was overly affectionate with his cat. I, like the rest of my family, view pets in an utilitarian way. I'm just not comfortable with a lot of affection being displayed towards an animal, even if it's supposedly normal. I gave it consideration during and after the tread and decided to break up with my boyfriend. When I broached the topic, and the reason his response was, oh, good. To be honest, I've been trying to figure out the most tactful way to break it off since our argument where you wanted me to euthanize my cat to save money. I also wanted to take time to think about if I was sure that we were done. You can give me your apartment key back now and have your stuff out by Friday night. I'll buzz you in if you can't finish tonight. So I guess that's it. That was abrupt.
Yeah, if someone wanted me to euthanize my pet, it would be bye-bye. See ya.
This bitch is crazy. Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. You don't euthanize an animal just because your partner gives it too much attention.
It costs too much. To save on money, we're going to euthanize the cat.
That was an excuse. That's not really. I hate to say this.
She's jealous of the cat, right?
Yes. Is weird and sick as it is, there's some jealousy.
Yeah.
Because she clearly is insecure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's look.
Beyond here.
and that's my listen. If the guy was sticking it to the cat,
right,
and she walked in on it, no, I'm just saying it'd be different.
That would be different.
Right, that'd be different, right? And I understand why she would be long gone.
Yeah.
The guy is just affectionate. Cats purr, and they're house cats, especially.
Yeah,
it'd be weird if these were like feral alley cats that he was just like bringing in and like feeding randomly or whatever.
Right, exactly.
This is his pet, and he's had it for several years. You know what I tend to think? If I start dating someone today and they have a pet, that's like part of the package.
Yeah.
You got to assume that that's part of the whole deal.
Exactly. Yes.
So.
Yes. So she's the asshole though for trying to.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, no, I mean, like when your pet is on your lap, like you don't want to move.
Exactly.
That's so nice.
Especially like a cat. Cats don't really sit on people for a very long time. So the fact that the cat would go sit, like he's right. Like I wouldn't move my dog or anything like that if they're on me. I don't know. It gives me weird psychopath vibes.
Yeah, I
So,
did not. I did not.
Me neither. Me neither. All right, next one then. Okay. Am I the asshole for leaving my husband due to our son's paternity? I, 36 female, met my husband, 42 male, 10 years ago. He already has a 3-year-old son. We'll call him T. From a previous relationship. The mother wanted nothing to do with him and terminated her rights. A year after we got married, I adopted T. He was 5 then. Well, a few months after my son's 14th birthday, his bio mom showed up wanting to reconnect with him. After a long discussion with T, he decided he didn't want to know her. He said I was his mother and he didn't want or need another one. As his bio mom had terminated her rights, she claimed that she wasn't even sure that my husband was my son's bio father, all in an attempt to get him back. He had no reason to suspect he wasn't at the time, and he didn't believe it when she said it either. But T was worried and wanted a paternity test done. So we got him the test, and we both assured him that no matter what, we loved him and we are all a family. Well, the test results came back, and my husband was not T's bio father. They were both understandably devastated, but what I didn't expect was how angry my husband got at T. He was acting like it was somehow T's fault. Over the next few days, I had many fights with him, telling that his feelings were for me and him to deal with, not T, and that T is a child, and that right now, T needs protection and support. My husband screamed that he needs support, which I responded with, I am supporting, but I would not support him hurting our son, which resulted in him yelling at me that he wasn't his son anymore. This led to an even bigger argument where he stormed into T's room and yelled at him to get out of his house, and then turned to me and yelled at me to get that out of here. I apologized to T and let him know I'll always be his mother and he'll always have me here. I packed some of T's things and went to pack some of mine so we could go to my parents. But when I went downstairs with T's things, my husband smiled at me. He smiled. He saw T's bags packed and he gave me a self-satisfied smile. I told T to get in the car and went to grab my things. My husband started freaking out about me leaving, which turned into him crying and begging when I told him that if it was a choice between my husband and my child wins every time. T and I are at my parents now, but I keep receiving messages from my in-laws saying I'm being heartless and unsympathetic to what my husband is going through. And if I would have just been patient, he would have come around. Am I the asshole here?
No, oh my God. This guy is horrible. Wait, so he thought that the child was biologically his?
Yes. So the mom made it seem like that was the bio mom made it seem like it was their kid. So, and then when she had him, she was like, I don't want the kid, you can fucking have it, and terminated all her rights. And then at 14, when the kid was 14, she came back, tried to get him back. And when the kid said, I don't want him to get to know her, she was like, I don't even know if that's your dad.
Oh, okay. So the biological mother kind of misrepresented
yes.
that he was the father.
Yes. So but the stepmom actually adopted him, though. So that's like her son now. But now the dad's like, that's not my son. And he's the one who yelled at me.
Well, she sounds like an amazing person.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine like you live that long with a child being your child that you're not going to have feelings for that child.
Exactly.
I mean, how could he just like be, yeah, I'm done with you. You're not mine.
Exactly. And it's like the child has been through a lot already. He knew his bio mom did not want him. And then at 14, he finds out his what he thought was his bio dad isn't his dad. His dad kicks him out. All he has left is now like the mother who adopted him. And I think that fucking sucks for the child because he shouldn't have treated him like that. It wasn't, like she said, it wasn't the kid's fault at all. And then the fact that he has his family members texting her saying, you're so unsympathetic and you don't understand the situation is really fucked up because she understood the situation when he came from a different relationship with the child. She understood when she adopted the same child to be her own.
Yeah.
So, and the fact that his family members don't see that he's wrong just lets me know what kind of family they really are.
Yeah, I hate it when family members enable asshole family members.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just don't.
Yep. Thoughts?
I'm a little disappointed at the dad, or non-biological dad. I don't completely not understand it. Yes, it's of course not the child's fault, but he's taking his hurt and betrayal out on the closest person to him, which is the boy.
Right.
Again, I'm not saying it's justified, but I understand how that happens. I don't know why the mom had to drop that now.
Right.
I don't understand the point other than to hurt or to confuse or to upset. Like, what was the reason, or to get back? Like, oh, you don't want a relationship with me? Well, guess what?
Exactly.
All that was pure vindictiveness. There was no valid reason to do that.
Exactly.
It would not accomplish anything other than what happened. And I hate to say it, but it feels like that was probably the goal.
Yeah.
So that she could somehow get into this kid's life or take over. Kudos to the stepmom for what she did. That's a beautiful thing. But I hate to, again, I understand it, but I can't really excuse it.
Right.
So I'm going to give non-bio Billy 4 dingleberries.
I'm going to give him the full 5.
I can't give him the full 5 because I understand he's reacting out of hurt. And if this hadn't happened this blow up wouldn't have happened, but it's still pretty inexcusable.
Yeah.
But not totally. I just have a degree of understanding.
I don't think anyone's saying that he shouldn't be hurt or have feelings, but
but that's part of why I think he behaved the way he did.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think he did it purely out of rage to the kid. I think he was hurt and, and upset, and he'd been lied to for years.
Yeah.
So again, and then I have to say, bio dad and or non-bio dad and bio mom, I think both get ones. On the Feldman scale. I'm not going to give them both full zeros because there's probably some other stuff we don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what caused the riff. I don't know how big of a horse she was back in the day where she wasn't even sure. No, I'm saying I don't know, but
right.
But they're both pretty shameless for what they did. Bio mom for dropping that nugget and causing all this, very, and non-bio dad for putting the kid on blast over something he had no control over.
And saying, "Get that out of here." And
but again, I understand why he reacts that way, but not okay.
All right, next one.
Yes.
Am I the asshole for giving crappy Christmas gifts and ruining my marriage? I, 31 female, married my soon-to-be ex-husband, male 33, in 2018. My in-laws never liked me and made it very clear. My soon-to-be ex insisted that they were just putting up a tough exterior and that they would grow to love me. To show you how evil they are, one time I joined them for dinner and I brought a cake that I had made. When I stepped into the kitchen and offered the cake to his mother as a thank you for inviting me, she took the plate over to the garbage bin, dumped it in there, and handed me the plate back.
Oh my God.
When I told my husband what she did, he confronted her and all of a sudden the crocodile tears started and she claimed that she had grabbed the plate but didn't get a good grip on it and that I let it go too quickly and it had fell to the floor. So of course it had to be thrown away. My sister-in-law then confirmed that that's what happened as well. My soon-to-be ex owned his business and they called me a gold digger behind his back. Of course, they insisted on a prenup, which I didn't care about because I never thought my marriage would end. And it would appease them, and may allow them to finally treat me kindly. Nope. His business failed once COVID hit. We went through his savings and my own, trying to keep it afloat, but I refused to go into debt to keep it going, so he closed it down. In 2022, he was suffering from a really bad depression because he lost his business and couldn't find new work. He suggested that we move to his hometown, closer to his family, so he would have a larger support network. Against my best judgment, we did. He wanted to only work part-time while he tried to restart his business again, so I became the main breadwinner. And as with most wives, I became the person in charge of buying all the gifts. Stupid old me thought buying them thoughtful, expensive gifts would make them see that I wanted to be accepted by them. Gifts to us were usually couples gifts, but it was clearly for my soon-to-be ex only. Every holiday was spent with them, monthly dinners with the whole family, and after a year, I realized that if I ever tried to talk or join a conversation, everyone would just go quiet. So I just stopped talking when I visited. Well, in early December, they finalized the plans for Christmas. A few days later, my soon-to-be ex said his family decided they did not want me to join them for Christmas Eve and for Christmas lunch because I just ruined their family vibe. I replied with, fine, we'll do our own thing instead. Well, he sheepishly looked away and said he was still going to go without me. I was livid and disappointed in him. In that moment, I knew my marriage was over. I returned all the presents I bought for his family. In their place, I just got a pair of novelty business socks for father-in-law, a supermarket brand bottle of shampoo for mother-in-law, the nastiest perfume I could find at the dollar store for sister-in-law. The most expensive gift was a large rawhide bone at the dollar store for my sister-in-law. For my brother-in-law and his wife's chihuahua, which was too big for it to get his jaw around anyways, so it would be useless. I saved around $600 to put a deposit for a new apartment with what I returned. My husband came home from Christmas lunch telling me I humiliated him and embarrassed him in front of all his family. I asked him why he thought I would buy nice gifts for people who clearly didn't like me and didn't even want me around. I served divorce papers last week. Remember how he was supposed to be a millionaire by now? So because we had that prenup? Yeah, he's not eligible for any of the savings that I had or alimony. He doesn't even have money for rent nor auto insurance. Not my problem anymore. Some of my friends and family are on my side, and I'm proud that I went into a blaze of glory. Others are telling me that I was being way too petty, which isn't really like me. But am I the asshole for this?
That's awesome. I love it that he insisted on a prenup and then he ended up being the one being poor and needing her and it fucked him.
Exactly. But she's not the asshole for returning those Christmas
gifts. Not at all. Oh my God.
Fact that people are like, you're the asshole.
I would have been really angry if she had given them expensive gifts.
Yeah, me too.
I'm angry that she ever gave them expensive gifts.
Exactly. But the fact that the family literally was like, we don't want her here. And her husband was like, yeah, I'm going to go and you're not going to go. That was fucked up.
Yeah. This guy, this family, So
no, I don't think she's the asshole. I think he's the asshole and so is his family member.
Yeah. The the thing with the plate was petty on both sides. On both. Look,
Well, it
I understand.
like it was purposeful.
I know she's making it sound like that because that is going to mesh with the rest of her post and how she wrote it. But you're saying that because of the rest of what she wrote. But we don't know if that's truly the incident that kind of started all this.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, was that the first domino to fall?
No, she just said she was just showing us an example.
But that's no, there's a reason this is the example. Okay? I bet you there's a million other ones she could have used because guess what? Billy's family was the way they were before that.
Yeah.
Right? This was a specific example likely meant to, I hate to say this, but to like bolster more support for her position because I bet she picked like in her mind one of the most egregious things possible.
Okay.
And honestly, we don't know if it's true or not. I'm not trying to defend because I do think it's kind of funny how these prenups, fire back at people and how the party that you wouldn't expect it now becomes like the super successful one.
Right.
Great. And look, I'll be the first to tell you, it wouldn't have mattered in my case if I had a prenup or not because nobody had anything when we first got married.
Right.
Nothing really for me to protect back then. Yeah. But I understand why they have certain purposes and all that kind of stuff. The fact that she keeps pointing out how they thought I was a gold digger, but I signed a prenup. She's constantly justifying, everything she did or not or didn't do in the face of all of this. And at the end of the day, it just feels like this marriage were doomed for failure.
In the beginning.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. And this is just one more reason. Now, the gift thing, I know Hurricane's laughing her out like internally. It's the funniest thing. And HR thinks it's the most awesome thing in the world, but I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you why. Because unless the intention was to spark a war, why would you do that? I forget broke or not broke because I don't believe she was that broke. Okay, even if she wanted to keep all the gifts under $5 or whatever, there's all sorts of little trinkets you can get that are not fucking dog bones. Because when you're at a holiday,
she wasn't going.
If you're at Christmas or it's that time of year, either do nothing or get in that forgiving mood and try to smooth things over. But when you do something like that, all you've done is reignite the fire. And maybe that's all she wanted. Maybe she wanted to do that.
Yeah, that is what she wanted.
Yeah. But I'm saying, but to me that served okay.
Yeah. That's what she said. I knew my relationship was over, so the first thing I did was.
But so to me that served no purpose. So that's just petty. You're really fine.
She got that money back. She's the one that's working.
But she would have that anyway. That's my point. I guess what I'm trying to say is, to me, look, I like good revenge like anybody else. And there's certainly my fair share of people in this world or clients or whatever that I would love, to kind of get back at over some stupid thing they did or said. Mm-hmm. I get that. Okay. But also I tend to be more practical and I'm criticized for this sometimes, but a lot of times I just let things go because life's too short. I just don't want to deal with the drama anymore.
Right.
Sometimes it's easier just to cut the person out and be done with it. Mm-hmm. And so that is what I would do if I were her. I wouldn't have done the petty gifts to send that final fuck you, or basically what she did was she walked into their Christmas lunch and or whatever, sent like a middle finger emoji to everybody. I just wouldn't find a reason to do that. If I knew I was going to end the relationship, I knew I was going to file for divorce, I knew I was going to move out, what was the point other than to just get that last little jab? And all she did was go down to their level.
Maybe.
Honestly, it's how I look at it. To me, the better revenge would be when I serve the divorce papers. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll see you later, baby. By the way, you can come visit me in my new luxury condo that I can afford on my own.
Yeah. Right.
And good luck at the fucking shelter. They serve soup at 4. Make sure you get a good spot online. Okay. So what can I tell you? It's just,
I get what you're saying, but that would only be getting revenge on the husband, right?
No, I think
that revenge against everybody.
I don't know. My point is, I think it goes to everyone at that point. Look, there's an old saying, but it's true. The best revenge is living well.
Yeah.
It's not like a dish best served cold. No, the best revenge is living well. Her best revenge would have been going on fucking the gram, posting selfies of her in her new condo. Like, oh, I'm about to get picked up on my new date, Billy, or whatever. That's would have given her way more cred and satisfaction than the stupid petty gifts for that.
Me too. Yeah. As a woman, I can say this gave her the most satisfaction. This bitch was
I'm glad she got a little satisfaction.
I know the only way she could have been even just more satisfied than what she was being there. If she would have been able to be there and saw the face when they opened the gifts, I think that would have been the cherry on top for her. But just knowing, I'm sure she can imagine the faces and all of that. I just know she was satisfied with it. So Kudos to her. I think this was great.
Okay.
That wraps up that for me.
Go Dollar Tree.
Oh, hashtag fuck Kanye. Sorry, I forgot about that. This last one though, you know what that's almost like?
What is it almost like?
No, I can't even say. I feel bad. I can't even say it.
No, I know what you were. No.
You want to say
No.
it? No. Okay.
No.
All right. We'll let that one go. So, all right. So thanks again. So again, sorry we missed Wednesday's content. Today is Wednesday. We're recording it, but we didn't have time earlier in the week.
But you'll hear it Friday.
Yeah, this will drop Friday. And we'll work on some of those other like lengthier, more in-depth episodes that we talked about as we get a little bit closer to having more time to do that.
Yeah, let us have some free time, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, give us
But having said all that, again, I almost forgot. I'm sorry. Shout out to the Midbar Maj crew.
I was like, what happened?
No. And the rest of the Maj players. So Karen minus the K, Emily, sup girl, Jessica, Amy, Badanka Dory, Dougie, Jimmy, I don't know, whatever their names are. All right. Shout out to the Maj groups. Appreciate your listening and support.
Exactly.
All right. Hurricane.
And also, guys, we are a real law firm. If you guys do need legal assistance.
Oh, yeah. That is a pretty good point.
We should probably start pointing it at the end. We don't.
So, all right. Fair enough. Hurricane. Tell them where they can find us.
All right, guys. Thank you all for listening. We appreciate all the support. Remember, you can find us on Instagram at the Bentama Confirm. Our podcast Instagram is at the Late Podcast. Our Twitter and TikTok is at Bentama Confirm. Our website is eblawfirm.us. You can email us at info@eblawfirm.us. Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.